Hey guys, I am back again for another Star Wars video, and now we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars Power of the Force, or Power of the Force 2 if you want to call it, Gunner Stations, Millennium Falcon, Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo. Yeah, both together, because, well, they were both separate, and I finally gotten the Han Solo figure in the mail today. I thought it'd be cool to take a look at both of these figures all in one go. Although I will say I did get the Luke Skywalker Gunner Stations a lot earlier, so this was around for quite a while. I had it loose. Yeah, I think I did have it loose if I can remember. But the Han Solo figure, obviously I got it in the package, in the mail. And it did come with the package, the card it came with. Although I decided to try to, cut off the plastic bubble because it was all beaten and battered. And we're going to just be looking at the cards it comes with. Just the Han Solo figure. So right here, well, yeah, it's damaged. But I managed to get the bubble out. But as you see here, this is basically one of the most iconic and nostalgic looking package cards I've ever seen for Star Wars. And it was, to me personally, it's really nostalgic because it was around the time when I was really getting into Star Wars. Not the 90s though, but it was just when I was younger. Then I went to vintage stock and started seeing all of these figures for the first time. And I had this Han Solo figure before, and I'm glad to get it again in the package again. But this time, this one's all beaten up. The other one I got was basically a lot more cleaner than this. But as you can see, you got Darth Vader's helmet up here, looking really awesome with the Star Wars logo, Power of the Force. This is the second version of the Power of the Force line because, well, the original Power of the Force line was back in 1985. And then the rapid fire quad laser cannon, showing the figure up there, and the logo, the Kenner Collection, which looks really cool. And this is the green lightsaber card back, which is the better card backs in my opinion for Power of the Force. They just fit them a lot better. And below that package, they had it with this, the Gunner Stations, Millennium Falcon, Han Solo, Rebel Alliance. And over here, you got the image of Han Solo and the Gunner Station assembly as shown. And over here is just the same logo. So, that out the way. Now we can look at the back of this package, or at least this card. And this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Again, like I said, these packages are more nostalgic to me. Seeing the figure up close detail with rapid fire quad laser cannon and the gunner chair swivels. And then we got the action feature demonstration here. Reenact the classic Star Wars battle scenes with the Millennium Falcon Gunner Stations. Interlocks with Luke Skywalker's Gunner Stations, which, right there. And you got this. Oh yeah, and another cool thing about the Power of the Force figures is that they got these card backs over here that you can actually cut out as well, like a collection of them. I used to do that a lot when I collect these figures. I actually collected a lot of these, and now I lost the cards. Well, most of the cards I found were mostly Han Solo stuff, but still. And then over here you can get the other figures to get alongside. We got Gunner Stations Luke, Jabba the Hutt with Han Solo, which I also have, and you got the do-bag with the Sand Trooper. Kenner logo down there, and then other details about the year it came out, the website, the fan club, and all that. Also, this image of Harrison Ford, like I had to say again, this card detail looks really cool. So yeah, nice to go over that. So now I'm done rambling about the package that Han Solo came with. Let's go ahead and take a look at both of these. And since I did take a look at that Han Solo figure's card back first, let's go ahead and actually take a look at the Han Solo figure because I'm more nostalgic of that character and that figure. Okay, let's take a closer look at Han Solo. Now, like I said in my previous video on the Han Solo figures, I just really adore the Power of the Force figures so much, and I also really like how they did his head sculpt. And while his head sculpt doesn't look like a younger Harrison Ford from the 1970s, it looks like more of a Harrison Ford of the 90s in a certain degree, but it just looks great regardless. And also this is sort of a new version of the head sculpt because of the headset being sculpted on there, and also sculpted along the vest as well. And the detailing of the figure for the 90s, this basic style, I absolutely really like these figures so much because the details are so nice for a figure like this. It's basic but really cool. And just looking at this in general, it's very nostalgic too because this is one of my first Han Solo figures I've ever owned. Also, he's got the gloves this time. Doesn't have basic hands, he just got the gloves on, and it looks really cool. It's just overall really like this figure. Also the detailing in the stripes, not too bulky, just very small, and the colors are vibrant too. I really do like this. Also the skin tone is really good too. It's one of the problems I had with a previous Han Solo figure that I also like, which I will also get out in a little bit and get him to standing. There we go. So I have the Jabba the Hutt Han Solo alongside, and this is a figure that I really love, but absolutely do not like the skin tone they use for the figure. The stance is basically completely different. It's basically much more neutral and also like sort of a dynamically neutral pose. And yeah, like the figure looks really cool. I really like this figure, but I don't like the skin tone. But this right here, Milestone's better, at least just skin tone wise. The pose, it may be in that dynamic pose where his legs are a little widened, but overall, really nice. And he does go inside his little gunner station, but we'll go and look at that a little bit later. So now we're done with the Han Solo figure. Really epic figure in my opinion. I really love it. And nostalgic too. Let's go ahead and take a look at Luke Skywalker. And this is Luke Skywalker in his similar farm boy outfit, but with the Stormtrooper belt and, of course, the headset he has on. He's a nice figure, but although I find him a bit weird compared to the other Luke Skywalker figures that came out in that same lineup. And I do have a Luke Skywalker figure that I just recently got in the mail the same day as, well, this guy came in. And that is the purchase of Droids Cinema Scenes Luke Skywalker, because I just thought any version of the farm boy Luke would just go good, and he's obviously cheaper, so I bought him loose. And this is basically the similarities. The only similarities is with the arms and the chest, and that's basically it. The legs are different, especially the way everything is positioned. The rubber and the rubbery part here that matches the robe is obviously different. This one comes with his regular belt and the binoculars sculpted in. And also has a different head sculpt. And again, these freaking 90s figures of Luke Skywalker from 1997 to onward, I guess, in the Power of the Force lineup. Epic head sculpts, they look just like him. Anyway, but this figure is also weird because it's just a lot taller than the other figure I just showed you. And the legs, I guess the legs makes him look taller, but I guess the reason why they want him to look taller is because he has to be in the exact same scale as Han Solo in terms of how the height is. I mean, he's still not as tall as Han, but he's right there, and I guess he's supposed to fit in the gunner station, but this one I have a lot of trouble fitting into the gunner's seat because I guess it's because of his legs being a lot less widened, I guess. I don't know. But other than that, like, this Luke Skywalker figure, I actually really like this figure despite some of the imperfections of the figure. Again, like I will say, it wouldn't be as good as this one. I like this one more because it's just regular and he's in the right scale, and the skin tone is also pretty good too. This one looks a little bit off, but it's not too bad. But other than that, really nice figure. And to make this video a lot more quicker, I'm going to go over one of these little gunner stations. Doesn't really matter which, because I don't think I see any differences. These turrets are actually really cool in just the way they're designed. It is a little weird though, but I really do like the way they're designed. Just the overall detail they have within this gunner ship. Also, the detailing over here, that sticker they have right here. This one is Han's. I think that's about as close as I can get, but that's basically a sticker of the screen of the gunner station. It matches what it looks like in the movie. And this one is Han's because the position is a lot different compared to the other one. This one right here is Luke's. So yeah, the positions are a little bit different this time. But other than that, I think they look similar just scope wise. The sticker is what's different. And they also got these really cool action features to rotating this at the back. Rotating in whatever position. And these are supposed to shoot out. Now, I do have a weird issue with these because they're supposed to just go like, you know, the way it fires in the movie, but these just straight up are just projectiles that just shoot out the actual gunner. And I don't know why the heck it does that, but example, let's just go ahead and do it. So it's like they actually shoot pretty far because these are pretty cool in the way they shoot out, but I'm also gonna try not to lose these in the frame. So demonstration right now. Oh, this is the Han Solo one, so it's a little bit stiffer, so here we go. Oh, crap. They all fired at once. I'm going to try Luke's because I think Luke's is a lot less stiffer. Yeah, that's much better. And here is Han and Luke both in their gunner seats. And I will say, like I said before, they are, well, both of them are kind of hard to get in there. I will say this one is the hardest to get in there because of its legs position, but Han Solo is always the easiest to get in there despite it being a little bit difficult. But of course they all interlock and they just look really good. All I can say is that these sets are really nice regardless of the imperfections they have. So yeah, that's basically it for the Star Wars Power of the Force Gunner Stations, Millennium Falcon, Han Solo, and Luke Skywalker. Also, yes, I will be getting the one with Darth Vader someday. It'll take me a bit, but I will be getting the one with Darth Vader so I can actually complete the Gunner stations, because these sets are really cool. Power of the Force in general is just a great toy line from Kenner back in the 90s. Started out a little weirdly, but it was really good. So as far as I'm concerned, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be seeing you guys later.